Welcome back to the Queen's Club for the second of tonight's doubles semi-finals at this year's British Amateur Championships.
Thought we might get that, because it will hurry along.
My name is Ben Gatenbeek. I will be with you for this match this evening. No, this isn't just a selection of new players coming on court. It is very cold here at the Queen's Club, so the players still very much in their warm-up clothes, going into their full whites. Tonight's match will be between Bertie Vallat and Nick James, who played together for the first time at this year's British Open, or last year's British Open, rather, this season's British Open. Lost in the last round of qualifying to Claire Fay and Henry Henman.
Now I know you're joking.
On paper it should be a bit of an easier opponent tonight, but anything can happen in real tennis. They're playing against Richard Elmitt and Tom Bomford. We have pedigree as Tom has pedigree as the Morton Morrill Club champion. The player's now in white shorts, but there's still a couple of trackies on. Richard Elmitt, 57 years of age, plays primarily at the Queen's Club. Made the semi-final of this competition last year. I apologise, I could not tell you who he was playing with on that occasion. Partnering tonight with Tom Bomford from the Morton Morrill Tennis Courts Club. Doubles handicap of 16, aged 44. He will be playing in his second British Amateur semi-final. That Samson level doubles is the club championships at Morton Morrill. Tonight they'll play the informed pair of Bertie Vallat and Nick James. Bertie, after this tournament, will be heading off to the US to play at the US Open, where he'll be in the qualifying draw with Danny McBride in the doubles. Also in a tough qualifying draw in the singles as well. Looking to push through to his first British Amateur final as well. Playing this tonight with Nick James, who is more famous for his success on the rackets court. But playing real tennis this evening. Again, still also looking forward to a first potential British Amateur final. So, that's the players. And we're just about to get underway. Looks like Elmitt and Bomford will be serving first.
Yes.
waiting for James to get on the court. James and Bomford just taking a last minute drink. Very cold here at the Queen's Club tonight. Perhaps even colder than we have had in British Opens that we get in November. Around about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. So there's a chill throughout the building. So Bomford will serve first, it seems. Bomford to serve. James to receive. Marking tonight is Queen's Club head professional Ben Ronaldson. She just floats that one into the dead-on, first of the match. Don't get many targets hit in doubles matches, just more rackets around to defend. Get a fair bit here at Queen's, that ball that, from the missed main ball that bounces up into the last gallery. Pace really coming from Nick James early on. We'll see them at the serving end for the first time. Last gallery chase, serving a drag serve. Now Bertie serving his first point of the match, going to the railroad, serving to Elmitt. So Vallat and James taking the same configuration that they did at the British Open qualifying. Fair to say, Bertie patrolling the back of the court and Nick James just being a presence at the front of the court. Bomford and Elmitt especially putting pressure on Vallat's volley. Hasn't quite found it so far. There's another one going begging. Just needs to tighten up a little bit here. Can't be giving away that many loose points. Mind that bobble serve from James. Taking the pace out and forcing Bomford to have to hit with more force. you'll just excuse me for a moment, I need to go and take some photographs for Real Tennis News. I will be back with you shortly. This is the doubles semi-final of the British Amateur.
Is that serve all right for you?
Yeah, fine. Elmitt and Bomford yet to put a point from the service end, and yet they are 2-3, doing all the hard work from the hazard end at the moment. Picking on Vallat's volley. It's definitely proving a little bit of a weakness at the moment. As Nick's volley is exemplary. It's not a grill, it's a winning gallery, but point nonetheless. What a rally. Just keeps going and going and going. Bertie acknowledges the... Going to rewind a whole bunch of that and call it a chase the line, I think. Playing on just to be sure. Wait to see what the... Yep, so we were playing somewhere in the middle of that. I'm not exactly sure where. We're calling it chase the line. Okay, sure. Oh, it's an awkward ball for Vallat. Looks for the winning gallery up and out of court. Marker Ben Rolson in the dead can't see that, but we can from our camera angle. Great volley exchange between James and Elmitt there. Ball going about 8 or 9 strokes without touching the ground. So returning to the service end for a very rare occasion is Bomford and Elmitt. Yet to win a point from the service end. Almost in the 7th game. Very quickly now, Vallat and James 5-2 up. So that's the first point of the match that Elmitt and Bomford have won from the service end. And it's the 8th game. Quite incredible. And then they've already lost the serve. So Elmitt and Bomford's stay at the service end has not lasted long. They head back down that receiving end, facing a 5-2 deficit. Oh, very nice boast from the Elmitt. Hit it very wide, but with enough side on it that it managed to make its way into the dead on. It's better than 2 chase. Framed back by Vallat, going for it again. Probably have the legs. Should leave that one. Doesn't. Gets the T&RA winner. Well played by Elmitt and Bomford, still just nagging that length, but couldn't find the winner in the end. Very hard in doubles to beat a better than 2 without hitting a dead on. Better from Bertie on the defensive volley. Looked very weak on it at the start of the match, just slowly warming it up. From 2. On the third one, Elmitt was in the hazard, so he had to play it off the main wall. That's one of the unwritten rules of real tennis. Don't force from the hazards. And they've picked up another game off the back of Bertie's volleying. Definitely something, when he looks back on this game, he'll need to improve, just that be able to absorb the pressure of that force. Couldn't get the first one, managed to find the second one. Another winning gallery for Bertie. Mark is putting the girls' new winning galleries together. It's okay, we'll forgive him, it's quite cold here at Queen's. Can't get up to that Late call of yours. Smiles all around there.
Just don't hit that, mate. So I've got to decelerate it.
Better than 2 and worse than last, the chasers. And that, should they succeed in chasing them down, would give Vallat and James the set. Better than 2. Goes the force just wide. Well done from Bomford, hitting through Vallat into the grill there. Their first of the match. Bomford somehow keeping it out so many times on the volley, and then eventually just finds the net. He did so well in the rally up to that point. Vallat and James bring up their first set point. Chase last gallery to defend should be doable. Just so long as Bertie can get a hold of any forces that come his way. It's really been a weakness in his play tonight. Well, it's so solid and so structured. So, first set point defended. Will there be another? But he gets himself out of trouble. That looked nasty coming off the back penthouse. Brings up another set point. Right, there's that weak volley again. Really needs to find a solution for it, and soon. Great finish from Bertie, the long rally. And finds that grill right at the end. It's been tough going for them. Elmitt and Bomford have held on really well so far this match. But as yet have not really been able to penetrate beyond Vallat's defensive volleying errors. Third set point now, half a yard worse than last gallery. How will Bomford play this? Force down the middle probably wasn't necessary from James. Had better options off that particular ball. Like that, going just with a bit more of the wall just makes it probably a bit of a safer shot than the one down the middle. On a last gallery's chase. Goes one down the middle again, this time a lot lower. And I have two chases to defend in order to take the set. Half a yard worse than last. Oh, and that's gone in the dead-ons. Just the pace off. Deceived Bertie a little bit there. Better than 4 now. And it's on the floor out of the corners. Bertie's looking alright. It's just the ones that are kind of in the air, more at the body, that he's struggling with. Fifth deuce. Surely that's going to be enough for them to take the set now. Advantage with the first gallery chase. Lots of options for a first gallery chase. How are they going to play it? Still James on the return. You'd expect it's going to come with a fair bit of pace. Bomford and Elmitt, get ready. Does come with pace and just clips the net on the way over. That will be the set to the number 2 seeds. And now the discussions begin on the receiving tactics. Bomford is going to serve. And they are unchanged. James will continue receiving Bomford serve. Second set. Very quick first game of the set there. It's not looking entirely comfortable out there. He's making errors that he wouldn't normally make. He's got Nick as a reliable foil. And that one's just clipped the racket on the way through, so that's going to be a stroke. They almost look better from the receiving end, James and Vallat, because Vallat's not being forced to volley. It's going to be a problem for him, given that some kryptonite's been found against him with that defensive volley. Going to need to be something he works quite hard on, otherwise he's going to eat a lot of forces down his throat over the next few matches that he plays, singles or doubles. Safely leave that one, and it's 2-love now. Can James and Vallat get on a roll? There it is again, just isn't reading it in the flight, isn't getting into the right position to play it. Statistic in the corner kind of does indicate that they're going to be better off down the other end. That's where they will end up with that hazard chase. Yeah, it's not that the hazard end's, stronger for their strengths as such. It's just it's not exposing their biggest weakness at the moment, which is that volley from Vallat. do enough to win the hazard chase. Great angle from Nick there, but Bomford just manages to get a racket on it and tip it over the hazard the line. Well picked up from Bertie in the middle of that rally. The ball came off the grilled bando instead of letting it bounce out. He manages to get a volley on it, keep the rally going. Been some excellent rallies tonight, but these pairs really have a good winner up their pocket. There's that winner, manual deadline from Bertie. Looked for it a couple of times, eventually found it. I think for someone who's now 4 handicap in singles, just needs to be able to find a way to push those winners and end those rallies. It's just kind of a bit passing it around a little. Doesn't have that big finish I think we'd like to see from somebody who's a 4.7 handicap. Just feathered the out of court line at the top. Stay at the service centre does not last long. Turning to the receiving end with a chance to press on here. Bertie says that's really lucky, sorry, but I don't think he really should be saying that. I think that main wall is something that I'd like to see more of him. Bomford has just proved a little too adept at getting back Bertie's play into his forehand corner. I'd like to see him change it up a bit more, throw into that main wall. There's the straight one. There's a racket shot from James. By racket shot, I mean the volley that's straight back into the wall about a foot from where the ball leaves the racket face. It's much more of a technique used to retrieve racket serves than anything that anyone really does in real tennis. Really testing out Bertie's volley there. Nick comes in with the winner at the end, but just each time Bertie volleys it, you're holding your breath because you're not sure it's going to go back over or not. Anyway, 3-1 to the number 2 seeds. Do the 1-2 combo of the feather down the line followed by the spike from James, and James just can't pull off the spike. Looking for that big finish from James. Didn't quite get the winning gallery, but it was good enough in the end. Oh, and that's just hit the back wall, Nick. James and Bertie finally getting a little bit of rhythm in the match. When Nick hits with that angle, it's coming across so much. Elmitt really couldn't get up to it. It's just not an angle you're very used to seeing in real tennis. It is in rackets, but not a lot of players play that volley that thick from that far up the court. That one rattles around the grill. It's all starting to look a bit more authoritative from James and Vallat here. James really imposing himself on the match now. Just growing in confidence in his volleying. As James and Vallat put together 4 or 5 games in a row, they faced 40 love down in this one. Through particularly bad play, just a couple of errors compounding in the space of about 30 seconds. And all of a sudden 40 love down, chasing better than 3. Shouldn't worry them too much, they're 5-1 up in the set, but will this be the game? Coming back down the service end, 2 good chases. Yeah, a very good chase, last very good enough for doubles. Course comes in and is low, but actually scampers out of the way. Last gallery of the chase now. Oh, I thought that was about to make it over. Framed miss hit from James. That's better. It's as close to a drop shot as you can get in tennis, really. Perfect weight of the volley. Just snuck up on Vallat last minute. Was expecting to be able to play it off the backboard, but all of a sudden he realised it's going in the dead on. Oh, a sneaky extra bounce on the demi PK brings up set point. Come off the bottom dead on ledge. James is awake enough to get a racket on it, and we're at second set point. That is it, they take the set. Two sets to love rather. James to serve, and it will be Elmitt receiving. So a change of receiver from the pair, they're 2 sets behind. Great finish from Vallat. Getting that boasted forehand across like a racket's ball. Ooh. Completely whiffed the first volley and almost collected it cleanly on the second attempt. Apologies, just had to go fix the marking tablet. Scoreboard should be back up to date now. As Bertie and Nick James really pile on the pressure now. The scoreboard keeps ticking up. A little bit last chance saloon here for Elmitt and Bomford. Three love now in this third set. Not long now before Bertie and Nick James can secure their place in their maiden British amateur final. You're facing that much of a deficit, of course you're going to start to make some mistakes. Bertie's just been looking really good on that cut volley in the last few games. Bomford's not been able to do all that much with it. Change of server receivers has not worked. Opening here for Elmitt and Bomford to try and get sneak a game in. Will be tough. Bertie and Nick James are looking particularly strong now. Finally, they find the winner. Looking for the winning gallery several times during that point. Couldn't quite pull it off. Eventually, they get it done. Hazard second gallery now. That one did not want to come over the net. He's not had to cover anything that side of the court in the last 2 hours. So not really surprised that he let that one go through. Better than 4 is the chase pending. Calder's won the chase, fell worse than 3 by our marker Ben Ronaldson. And after having a couple of game points to Elmitt, Bomford, Vallat and James look to take the game. Do you like that angle from Nick? Just puts Bomford under a little bit more pressure. That ball coming behind him. As long as it's got enough pace on it that it's not going to sit too easily off that main wall, which the slower shots can do. But everything that Nick James hits, he hits with pace. Well, that will be enough for Bertie to win the chase, putting it into the line gallery. Definitely not what he was aiming for, but he will take it nonetheless. Can Elmitt and Bomford get a game? Great passing shot from Vallat. Not sure if it was called stroke. It is going to be a chase. They are going to come down the serving end to attempt to close this one out. 2 and 3 chase on the board. All of yours, but James didn't quite have that covered. Worse than 6 is the chase. Two chases here, still in this potentially final game of the match. A reminder, we'll have some more action for you throughout the week here at the British Amateur, every weeknight. Between now and Sunday, we have 2 singles quarterfinals for you on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then some singles semi-finals on Thursday and Friday. And that brings up the first match point for Bertie and Nick. Better than 5, match point. And that will do it. Bertie Vallat and Nick James are through to a British Amateur doubles final for the first time in their careers. Marks another step in the rise of Vallat as one of the top amateur players in this country.
Yeah, you can understand, and then it was too much. It was really good. Well played.
One quick look at the match summary, hour and 15 minutes. The grill count is all wrong because the winning galleries are marked as grills. And Vallat and James just completely dominating that service end. Very, especially in that first set, Elmitt and Bomford couldn't really find a chase. Anyway, that's all from me here at the Queen's Club. I wish you a good night, and we'll see you later in the week. My name's been Ben Gatenbeek. Goodbye.